Hey, what's up? This is my initial overview or my initial review after working with the software a little bit on the MPC 3.5 software. As you can see, I like to kind of see what was different. You know, the color scheme is different. We don't have the red top and the gray. That's kind of been done away with. I actually like this color scheme a little bit better. And if we look over to the left, we kind of see a little bit of a more saturated color output versus the MPC software there. Definitely more of a saturated color. And there's definitely a different mixing scheme with it all. But one thing I like about the 3.5 software that it follows the firmware as far as like a one-to-one track situation. Like I know when it comes to rendering songs, if you don't keep everything on the same track between sequences on here, a lot of times the software won't render your songs right in 2.5. So with every track being where it's supposed to be at all times, kind of helps unify the whole situation, which I do appreciate. If we look at the mixer, now the mixer, I like that. I don't think you got that mixer option in the 2.5 scheme of things. So being able to mix your pads like this is good. And then this is a movable window that you can move to another screen if you have that. I know that in this software right here, if we bring that mixer up, you kind of got a similar situation. You have the more traditional sort of fader view of it right there, but you still got more traditional looking faders, and you have more of the line, which aligns with what you see on the MPC hardware itself. I do enjoy that. I like seeing that master output, having access to everything, just seeing where all these plugins are going, which is good. Managing your buses, which is good. Definitely improvement there. And the tracks being one to one is really cool. Now I know they got some new stretching sound algorithms. Those are good. Those are good. I can appreciate that. There is a little bit of a challenge though, because if you were to click, like, say if I want to click a plugin, and this is clearly a track plugin, you have to sort of kind of pay attention to what's going on, because if I just hit plugin here, your track gets turned into a plugin track. All the data or MIDI notes remain, but sometimes for me at this level, the software can kind of bog down a little bit, especially depending on what plugin gets pulled up as a default when you go there. When you switch to MIDI, like I just clicked the MIDI icon right there. Like I wish like these icons were a little bit bigger, so that I could really click them a lot easier there. But now, see, I'm transitioning over. Now, it could be my computer too. I've had issues in my computer in the past about transitioning from one track to another. So, as I click and wait on that, now I have a MIDI channel. But to see how long it took me to transition that. Now, it doesn't take that long on the hardware. And so this could be my computer going on. I got a lot of drives connected to my computer. And I have two spinning drives as archives on the computer that I'm actually going to eliminate, because I think that Windows tends to kind of look at all the drives when it wants to do some more software through Windows, likes to look at all the drives and check in what's going on with all of them. And I think because like my drives stop spinning, they have to spin up and then boom. So if I hit that drum track again, I still have the drum program, but now the samples are all there. But if I want to transition back to the key group or the drum track, I lost my program. And so now I have to go ahead and dig that up, even though I do see this here. So that's some of the logistical things that I think we're running into that you kind of have to be careful for in this software update. And I know these are bugs that are going to be worked on, but if I could kind of spread awareness with some of the bugs, I think that's cool. Otherwise, it's cool. I think with this, see how quickly I can transition, but that's because they're blank, right? Now that it's blank, see, I can kind of transition. So there's a movement going on to where if I'm transitioning track types, you have to be kind of mindful of what's being loaded already, because if you got like a fully fledged program in there, you just want to change the track over. Typically, you don't want to do that. Now, one of the things I would like to see that I see in the hardware that I haven't found yet And if it's obvious, I can't find it. It's the track duplication. Like say if I got a good plugin right there, and I know that this plugin can generate a lot of sounds. All right, great. I can do that. Can't really resize this icon that I can see. But let's say I got this plugin here, and I want to duplicate that. I actually have to go back to the hardware. I don't think that this software was intended to be used solely without any MPC hardware. I think this is an extension of the MPC hardware. This is not a situation where it's FL Studio, where you can just use a keyboard and a mouse and get to everything. Though I do believe that they should have some sort of function here, and I'm looking in there, and I don't see it, but there should be a function in there that enables you to duplicate the track. Now, see, we got this plus icon. I think these are very essential icons. And in my opinion, I think they should be much larger, much more robust. It's like everything's kind of just scrunched in as much as possible on the screen, which I understand because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's almost like a graphic design. I'm like looking at Blender, where you have to really have a lot of menus and things. But I wish like essential icons like these, track types, selecting your track, and this can be a little long-winded if you're just working with the mouse. But if you have the hardware, you can just tap the button and go to the track that you want to real quick with the track select button, go up and down the tracks there, like pretty quickly. Which I appreciate that, but for the most part, I think it's really cool. And there's definitely going to be some more developing. I'm going to be trying to cook some tracks with this and kind of just show it in use. I think it's best to show this in use. You can let me know in the comments below. I think it's just better to kind of show it in use. I think we are really, and it's easier, but that's more philosophical. I'm not going to philosophy right now, philosophical. But I want to show this in use and also show some of the challenges that works with it by creating certain types of songs in here and going from there. All right, so hope y'all like this. Let me know what you think about the 3.5 software. It's in beta release. Still need some love. Still need some love, but it's a step in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to see where they go with this.